Okay, so I just want to say right now we have like a beautiful, nice white on white outfit. Okay, now I'm not gonna say it's the most beautiful outfit I've ever worn on this podcast because it's not. But we absolutely looking jocked on the podcast right now, so go check it out on the YouTube. But it's a celebratory moment in the fact that you wear white, you celebrate, right? I don't know. That's in my head. I don't know if I just made that up at the top of my fucking brain. But we're fucking stupid around here. But this is a celebration. We're drinking some Pink Whitney and lemonade. Maybe it's a feminine drink. Suck my dick. Don't care. Okay. But just in the fact that Drake is now, his career is done. If you guys haven't watched it, I mean, we're going to get into the podcast. But if you guys haven't watched it, go watch the They Not Like Us music video. I'm gonna touch on it in a second. But yeah, Drake, your career's over, and I'm happy because I've never liked you as a Canadian, and that's from just little old me saying, I'm so happy you're done. So, welcome to the Hot Pass Podcast. It's the Friday morning betting show. We need to get back on track with some Cup Series bags. We've made a lot of money in Xfinity. We made a lot of money in trucks and the Cup Series with these late race restarts. We've touched on it over and over and over again. It has been the detriment of our betting career this year. So let's make it continue. So first off, welcome to the Hot Pass Podcast. Holy mother of God. I had 2 sips of this bitch and I'm mumbling my words already. What's going on here? It's a Thursday night. It's great for me right now. Friday morning for you guys. Welcome to the Hot Pass Podcast. It's the Friday morning betting show. There we go. Go over to Spotify, go over to Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Make sure to leave us a 5-star review. Okay. Click the notification bell on YouTube and Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast to get notified every time we do the Friday morning betting show and the Monday morning recaps. The Friday morning betting show is always exclusive with Xfinity and truck bets. And then the Cup Series is always available. All my bets, all my action is always, any sort of sport is always available in the Action Network, and the link in the bio of the YouTube, my X, Twitter, everything. Go over to the YouTube, go to the Hot Pass Podcast on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and like and share the podcast over there. And then go over to my social media at @FurlongEric_ on Twitter /X, Instagram, and TikTok. Today, before I forget, before we go into the They Not Like Us stuff, hosts of our finally getting fined. We're smacking the microphone. We're a happy boy. Let's take another sip real quick. That as of today, when you guys are listening to this, about midday on Friday, I'm going to release a giveaway. It is going to be a Mark Martin all over print NASCAR tee, size large, and a Indianapolis Motor Speedway logo athletic shark tooth hat. That is the giveaway, but there's stipulations to this. Every single one of you have to go over to my X, my Instagram, and my TikTok and follow me there at @FurlongEric__. I always just say underscore. It pops up immediately, but it's __. And follow me on every single one of those. Like the post on either Instagram or X. I would probably say like both of them. Okay, just great. Share it for an extra spot in the giveaway. But we have to get to 1,000 followers on my X and my Instagram. TikTok, I'm not too worried about. It would be nice to get up to 1,000 followers, but if you guys can follow me there as well. So this could take a week, it could take a day, it could take a year. But once we hit that 1,000 milestone on all three, boom, then we can give it away. So make sure to share it with your friends. I'm going to post it probably around noon or 1 o'clock. I'm getting off at 11 a.m. tomorrow on Friday for work. I'll post it, probably make a video and post some photos or whatever, and then the rules underneath. So go to @FurlongEric_ on social media, and we're going to do that giveaway whenever we get to 1,000 followers. So make sure to share it with your friends. It's a sweet giveaway. Even if you're not a size large, it's a free shirt. Okay, the shark tooth hat is beautiful. So, but even if you guys aren't a size large, it's a free shirt. So share it, and then you guys can even resell it if you'd like. I don't care. It's a beautiful fucking shirt. Everybody loves Mark Martin. So let's get into the fucking podcast, baby. Let's pull up the notes here. Friday morning betting show. You got to love it. We got really good numbers so far, guys. I appreciate you guys. We were supposed to have Spider from Rubbing His Racing on, but a little bit of a cancellation. He's had a busy time. I think he's located in Chicago, and the street course race and everything being there, I think he did a ride around with Brad Keselowski this week or whatever as well. So we're going to reschedule him probably for later on. I think next week, Chris Wormy might come on, but we'll see. If not, we're going to have a guest on no matter what, whether it's Ryan from Win the Race or Chris Wormy. We're going to have one of those boys back on because we have some stuff to talk about. Definitely, I feel like this is going to be a great race this weekend. So let's dive right back into the Drake stuff before we get into the other news and then all of our picks and everything, all right? If you guys don't know at this point, like, that They Not Like Us, Kendrick has absolutely murdered Drake's career. I mean, calling him a colonizer and all this stuff because, yeah, like, it's obvious. This man grew up rich. His family was rich in Toronto, and he just uses the whole atmosphere of the rap game to be able to and pays everybody an extravagant amount of money to come on to songs and make really absolute bangers. Everybody, right? We know for years he was using ghostwriters. We're not stupid. And now it's the murder of Drake. And we are seeing the crucifixion out in the public of Drake at this point. I mean, DeMar DeRozan. If you guys don't know basketball, you guys don't know the Raptors, DeMar DeRozan played for the Raptors for fucking years. In a trade to the Spurs, we got Kawhi Leonard eventually winning the championship. Now, I'm not a big basketball guy, to be honest. I didn't even watch the championship when they finally won their first one because I could care less. But I knew growing up throughout high school, DeMar DeRozan was on the team and everything, and he was a staple of Toronto. Is like Kyle Lowry, right? Those two guys, staples. Just like years ago, Vince Carter, Chris Bosh, those guys are on the same level as popularity or whatever. Maybe not as big as like Vince Carter, because Vince Carter was unbelievable. But DeMar DeRozan being in the music video, he's from Compton. Him just, go check it out. Him just like fucking crouching down, just staring at the camera. I'm like, oh my God. And then motherfucking Kendrick Lamar hopscotches, dude. You remember hopscotch? The bitch hopscotches while he's talking shit to Drake. Disrespect. Just, they not like us. They not like hopscotches. Put on the sunglasses, bro. Hey, Drake. Taking another sip. Drake. It's over, dude. It's over, dude. Rest in peace, bro. Anyways, let's take these bastards off. I mean, there's nothing left for you, dude. Anywho, so fuck Drake. Then we have Carson Hocevar. Let's just go into the cups or the NASCAR stuff now. Carson Hocevar getting fined. Thank fucking God. What I don't understand is penalize the motherfucker in the goddamn race. We talked about it on Monday about Lane Riggs. How does Lane Riggs get a penalty in the race? It was so perfect. It was so perfect that Friday night he gets penalized 2 laps for doing something that Cup Series and Xfinity drivers do all the time. All the time. Right? Like, Justin Allgaier on Saturday turns fucking Ty Gibbs on purpose. You know, I love Justin Allgaier, and we're still in the works trying to be able to get him on the podcast. We're really working hard at this. But man, like, he does that, and then so we got 2 days immediately in a row proving Lane Griggs' point on, like, you see it in Xfinity and Cup Series, and then Hocevar does it. It doesn't get penalized in the motherfucking race. It's too late. It's too late to find the guy. It's too late at this point because he's just going to go, I don't care. He's not personally, I doubt it. Like, he's personally, well, maybe he is personally paying for it, but like 25 driver points, he doesn't care about that. They ain't making the fucking playoffs. I mean, his teammate almost won the goddamn race last week, which is crazy. But, I mean, do it in the fucking race, man. You guys are pussies, NASCAR. Jesus. But you'll do it because I feel like Stephen Parsons' dad is in the booth. And you guys love the Parson family. And you can't have the Parsons getting bullied out there, boy. So what do? They put fucking lane rigs down 2 laps. That's what they fucking do right there. There once is what they once said. That's some Canadian ass fucking accent there for you if you're American. But I just think it's fucking stupid that you guys wait 2 fucking days and then find him stuff. Dude, it means nothing at this point. Like, he's moved on. Everybody's moved on. Do it in the race. Motherfucker, his teammate almost won the race. Imagine if he was in that position after doing that, and if he went and won the fucking race, bruh. Oh my God. It would have been, dude, oh my God. And then there's a video circulating out there. Go to my X at @furlongeric_. Goes along my feed about a day or 2 ago. At the time of recording, I think it would be 3 days ago, the time you guys are listening to this. There's a video that surfaced of the in-car camera for, I think it was Todd Gilliland. And Hocevar, under caution, is running him up into the wall and cutting him off and being an asshole. Like, it was like you're driving on the highway and some guy just has road rage and starts cutting you off. That's what he was doing. I mean, at this point, Greg Mathern on X there, he said it the best. I mean, how can you be a fan of him anymore? And I was a bit of a fan of him in the truck series, and he's starting to act like a spoiled brat. And I'm waiting for this moment that he does it to, a Ross, a fucking Kyle Larson's too much of a pussy to do anything. Who's a good driver? Michael McDowell. Because Michael can get Daniel Suarez. I mean, the Trackhouse boys could throw some fucking hands. I'm just waiting for him to do it to the wrong guy. And when he gets a little bit more, somebody has to stop him at this point. Somebody's got to stop him dead in his tracks. Dale Jr. talked to him on his podcast, a year or 2 ago, or the beginning of last year or whatever. Sat him down on the podcast, and told him, you got to stop. His whole career that year changed. He started winning he won his races and everything, like unbelievable. And I mean, he's such an airhead. It's really starting to piss off a lot of people, and not in a good way. I don't think you're gaining fans doing what he did. So anyways, let's move on. Josh Berry to the 21. I mean, I really wish he got a shot in like fucking maybe front row. I mean, Matt Benedetto would show up every once in a while in that 21. I just want to see if I don't know, that 21 is so bad, but I don't think Harrison Burton's got the talent. So to see this switch out, it'll be interesting to see how that 21 performs. Just, man, it sucks that what's going on with Stuart Haas for Josh Berry. What an opportunity for him in the 4 and being really fast and almost qualifying first last week in Nashville, which was crazy. Who saw that coming? And ending with, you're going to the 21. I think Noah Gregson's going to the 34 at front row. It kind of stinks because that car, like, it's not very good. We'll touch on it a little bit more, I feel like, down the road. I don't want to get too deep into it because I want to get to the bets here, but I just don't think it's Chase Briscoe, holy fuck. Like, it's to this day now, I'm just thinking that's a crazy situation that he even went over to Toyota. Anyways, let's get into the fucking bets, baby. Let's get over to Xfinity. We always start with trucks, Xfinity, Cup, no trucks still. It is unbelievable that I hate this start, like, time around this season that the trucks are only racing like once a month or once every 3 weeks. It's really fucking pissing me off. I just love making money off trucks, watching the trucks, being a fan of the truck drivers. It's just such a long time. Speaking of trucks, Corey Heim flipped on his side in the Cars Tour race Wednesday night. Unbelievable. I was like, holy fuck. I thought he got really hurt. But anyways. Also, I made a lot of money off of betting, what's his name? Patrick Berlotti. Berlotti? No. Bertoletti. Patrick Bertoletti in the hot dog eating contest at plus 900. Yeah, it was great. 2 units, baby. Let's go. We will fucking win 2 units on a Thursday around noon. And I'm not even American. So happy 4th of July to you motherfuckers, because that's an eagle. That's an eagle. And God bless America. I fucking made money off your great sport of eating. Anyways, let's get into Xfinity. Enough talking about the nonsense and the bullshit, but we have to touch on it, right? You have to touch on it first thing when you come on. All right. Honorary American at this point, guys. My friends have said it. I'm not just, that's not something you can just throw around. But for you Americans, my American friends have told me I'm basically American at this point, so I'm just going to repeat it. Honorary American here, okay? There's nothing more American than being a fan of NASCAR. How about that? So let's get into the Xfinity picks here. So let's go at a matchup. I'm not even... You want data, go somewhere else. You want statistics, go somewhere else. Okay, this is feels, and the statistics are all up in here. Okay? Sometimes if I got to bring out the stats, I will. We're at the Chicago Street Course race. There's not a lot of stats. I'm not bringing it all up. This is all, I could feel it in my loins. I could feel it in my testiculars. Okay? And these plays, I listened to a couple podcasts and I'm like, they're fucking toying with me a little bit, but I'm just going to go off my feelings a little bit. Starting off with on DraftKings, Sam Mayer over Joey Logano. Minus 135. I know some juice. But you're telling me Joey Logano in the dog shit. What number is it anyways? What number is that Haley Deegan car? God damn it. 25? No. Yeah, no. 15. Boom. Got it. Big brain power over here. The number 15 is not going to be good. It's just still an AM racing car. Joey Logano is not good at road courses unless it's like Watkins Glen or Sonoma, and it's a street course, and it's going to be single file, and that car has exactly no fucking speed. Go over to my my TikTok. I have a 22,000 view video breaking down how dog shit that team is. Brett Moffitt's probably laughing about how bad this car is. They don't even care that Haley Deegan's not even in the car and that she has no opportunity to get into the playoffs, which let's be real. There's no time that car was going to make it into the playoffs. If Brett Moffitt can't make it into the playoffs, there was no motherfucking chance Haley Deegan was making it in the playoffs. And Joey Logano coming in, we're going to get data from this. It ain't making it better. So Sam Mayer, the only way I can see this not hitting is like Sam Mayer crashing out. Getting into the wall. I mean, or getting into somebody else. But even then, this car has been so bad, it's like basically parked immediately in the races. Like there's always engine problems. I remember going to see Brett Moffitt. It wasn't specifically going to see Brett Moffitt, but a fan of Brett Moffitt last year at Watkins Glen. He already looked miserable on qualifying day on the Saturday. And in the afternoon for the race, they didn't even make it a quarter of the race. The car went into the garage. So I should have been able to tell immediately that he was like, this car is dog shit today. We're ending our day early. So this car might not even make it a quarter of the race. So it could immediately hit. So Sam Mayer minus 135 over Joey Logano. Fuck AM racing. Brett Moffitt's laughing. So let's go to the top 5 mark. That's the only matchup I like right now. There's a couple other ones. There was a Connor Mozak over Chandler Smith at minus 115. I just don't want to pay the juice. But we'll keep an eye on that. But we're going to talk about Connor Mozak in a second. But I was hearing some crazy stats about this Austin Green guy. I did not expect that at Sonoma for him to finish, I think, third or fourth, I think. Man, crazy. He's had a bunch of really good starts. Go look up the stats. 7th, 5th, 4th, crazy numbers. And it's not even that good of a car. He's just that good at road courses. I mean, and this is a street course. I know it's different, but at plus 900 for a top 5 for a guy that I'm going to try and pull up his numbers here. I'm going to try and keep talking at the same time here. For him to, see, I can't multitask, you little bitches, huh? My bad, bro. For him to be plus 900 and the numbers that he's had in the Xfinity series since he started driving in there. So he has 3 races in the Xfinity series. Let's see. Sonoma. Okay, so Sonoma, he finished. What's going on here? Sonoma, he started 22nd, finished 4th. So, like, the thing is he might even qualify bad. So, I'm going to take a light sprinkle on the plus 900. He might drift out a little farther. We'll see. And then, where was this? Let's see what the other race was here. I should have been more prepared for this, but you can kiss my cheeks, bro. And then Austin at Coda. This year, 7th. So, I mean, Austin Green, plus 900 for a top 5 for a guy in the 2 of the last 3 road courses, and these are his only starts. Okay? These are his only starts. Let's see what his other start was at Portland. See where he finished here. It was outside the top 10. 15th. Dude, he's not that far back. There was a lot of chaos in that race at Portland as well, too, but like to finish 7th in your first Xfinity race, then 15th in your second, and then 4th in your third. I mean, and you're at plus 900. We're going to take it. We're going to take it. He doesn't qualify the best, so even if you guys want to wait, he might drift out to a plus 1,200, plus 1,300 for a top 5. If you guys want to wait till Saturday, I mean, go ahead. You might even see me sprinkle a little bit of extra on there as well. It is going to be a single. The thing is it's extremely hard to pass. So, I mean, it's not as wide as we get on other road courses. I mean, there could be a little bit of strategy play. Maybe he figures it out, but he obviously has figured out something that he can move through the field on every single road course. It's extremely hard to pass in Sonoma too, and he was passing people like a motherfucker. So he could figure it out. Plus 900 is a crazy number. Now, Connor Mozak. He's in the 88. We've made a lot of money off the 88 this year with Carson Quapple. Let's move it over to another motherfucker. I called him Connor Zilic when I was hanging out with Ryan Williams of Junior Motorsports. Met Caden Honeycutt, and then was talking about how much money he made. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm Connor, by the way." And I'm like, "Connor Zilic?" And then I was just like thinking, I'm like, "That's not Connor Zilic." And he goes, "No, Connor Mozak." And I went, "Oh." I'm like, "My bad, bro." So, and I told him, "Where are you racing?" Or I asked him, "Where are you racing?" And he goes, "Chicago, and I think he's racing at Watkins Glen as well." I said, "Well, that's your time to shine, baby." So I promised him that I was going to take him for these races. He drove, I mean, half the race or whatever last year or whatever. Like, we didn't even get half the race in it and for the Xfinity. It was bullshit. I think he finished 6th. I think Brett Moffitt got a top 5, which we hit that weekend as well. Anyways, he qualified. Connor Mozak qualified inside the top 5. He was in a Joe Gibbs car, nonetheless, in the 19, but he's a great road course guy. He's going to be able to drive really well. I think Connor Mozak, and what did I get him at? Plus 600 on Bet365 for a top 5 is unbelievable. The 88's going to be good. Junior Motorsports, we've seen Sam Mayer win races. We've seen Justin Allgaier win races on road courses and be very close at Portland as well this year and have a dominant car. Why can't Connor Mozak? He could be top 5, and at plus 600, that's crazy. You know what's crazy? Or even crazier? Putting a full unit on it. I don't even care. That's going to be a money maker. We like him. And we're going to talk about him in the top 3 market too. This is a crazy number for a top 3. And I understand we've got a stacked field. We got Daniel Suarez in there. He's not in a good car. We've got Kyle Larson, Ty Gibbs, Shane Van Gisbergen, obviously, AJ Allmendinger in the field. That could take up the whole top 5. But I feel like there's going to be some bumping and banging and some crazy shit going on. So him being able to get up there, I think he can do it. We've seen Ty Gibbs crash out in races. He hasn't been dominant. AJ Allmendinger hasn't had the best car. Kyle Larson, not always the best when he comes out. Yeah, he won at Austin, but like he didn't have the best car. He just had a good strategy. SVG really got caught up in a bunch of stuff or whatever at Portland, and then late race antics. Justin Allgaier should have won the race. SVG ends up coming out on top in a late race restart and wins the race. I mean, SVG didn't even win the race at Austin. So there's plays out here that these guys can come up inside the top 5 with some late race stuff. And we know Xfinity, it happens all the time. Late race, 10 laps to go, and chaos ensues, right? So I like this. Connor Mozak can get through this stuff. At plus 600 is great value for a junior motorsports car where, you know, he's definitely finishing in front of Sammy Smith and Brandon Jones, okay? those guys are not road course guys. Let me promise you on that one. So plus 600 on Bet365 is a great number. And I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about Sheldon Creed. Now, I get it. I'm not a fan. Used to be a fan. This is a recovering Sheldon Creed fan over here. All right, and laughing at every time he finishes second over the last couple of months. And top 5 at plus 250 for a guy that is good at road courses. Now at Austin, he obviously had engine issues at the very beginning of the year, and at the very beginning of the year, this 18 team was fucking dog shit. I also really hate his paint schemes that he's got going on with that car. Whoever the sponsor is, whoever's making these paint schemes, please, for the love of God, change them. Maybe you can get some new fans. Maybe I could hop back on the train. Honestly, at this point, I'll hop back on the train once he gets a win. I'm that kind of guy. I don't care. I'll be honest. I'll hop on that train. But if he's going to keep cashing his top 3s and top 5s, which he cashes a top 5? No, he cashes the top 3 at Sonoma at the last road course. Plus 250 for a top 5. He can be there. He's a good road course guy. And I think, John Nemechek being there last year, he's not a road course guy. They would obviously bring in guys like Connor Mozak last year to be able to drive in those cars, to get a good driver for their road courses and stuff, right? And Ty Gibbs, ever since he's left, he was a road course guy. He has, obviously he's coming down this weekend, but the one thing that Toyotas have struggled with is their road course program. They're good on 1.5 miles. They're great on short tracks. Super speedway, whatever. That's one thing. But they show up on those other tracks. And then the one thing that just fails, is not as superior as the 1.5 miles and the short tracks, is road courses. So, Sheldon Creed is that guy that he's pretty much good everywhere other than his 1.5 mile performances. They're not really the best. But Sheldon Creed shows up on road courses. At plus 250, having these guys, these big names at the front, I feel like he can mix it up and get up there, maybe even be top 3. He did it with some other stacked fields. I think he can do it. He's obviously, this car has found speed now. They're figuring it out. I mean, Sheldon Creed could finish second for the love of Pete. We're going to talk about him in the outright market in a minute, but Sheldon Creed top 5 just feels good, man. And to get him at plus 250 on a road course, where his number would be. A lot of these guys' numbers would be a lot shorter if, Kyle Larson, SVG, AJ Allmendinger, Ty Gibbs. I mean, with SVG and AJ Allmendinger, these numbers would be at plus 200 for SVG and AJ Allmendinger outright, for God's sakes, and minus 500 for fucking top 5. And these guys would be a little bit closer to plus 150, plus maybe 200 for a top 5, but they're drifting out because of these big names in here, right? So this is great value for us. We're finding value around here. And I think they're going to qualify pretty well. Connor Mozak and Sheldon Creed should qualify pretty well. So let's get over to the top 3. Connor Mozak plus 1,400 on Caesar Sportsbook. Craziness. I think he can do it, man. I think he can do it. Top 3 and plus 1,400. The only reason we're getting this number is because, as I just stated, there's big dogs at the top. And it's going to be hard to be top 3. But if there's some late race antics, he's in a Junior Motorsports car. We talked about it in the top 5 market. This is a crazy fucking long number. Now, I'm not riding him to be able to win the race. I think that's a little bit of far-fetched because SVG could go out and spank the goddamn field, which I think he probably will. He won the last 2. Did he spank everybody in Portland? No. But Sonoma, good God. So I'm burping now, great. But top 3, it's just a crazy long number, man. It's not like it's a Sage Karam or an Austin Green or who else is a road course guy coming in here? A Daniel Suarez in the shitty car he's in. This is a Junior Motorsports car. He can figure it out. All right, just good pits. I'm sure he's been working hard in the shop. Let's get it done. Junior Motorsports love around here, okay? So let's go out to the outright market for the Xfinity Series. Sheldon Creed. I got a boost on Caesars now. I feel like the boost always jinx everybody, right? The boost is always jinxing everybody. And plus 2,100 for Sheldon Creed on a road course should be an automatic take. I don't care if there's all these guys in the field. That's crazy talk. And if you guys don't have Caesar Sportsbook, he's available at 18-1. I would still take that at 18-1. Just a sprinkle. Because AJ Allmendinger and SVG and Kyle Larson and Ty Gibbs are in the field. But if something happens to two of those dudes and mix it up late, Sheldon Creed could be hanging out inside the top 10. And he's going to find his way to be able to be second. But if something happens and it comes to a fuel strategy race and he's on that side of strategy or any sort of strategy, plus 2,100 and you're sitting in top 3. I mean, at this point, he's getting so close to winning a fucking race. And we're getting numbers like this. I'll take it. I'll take it. Because if he's finishing second and a guy that, and you got the number at plus 2,100, I'm not upset if he finishes second then. Because that's fucking value, baby. So let's move over. Sam Mayer, 14-1. I don't need to say anything about Sam Mayer other than Sam Mayer at 14-1. We've hit it multiple times this year. We've hit it multiple times last year. Sam Mayer, they're disrespecting the man. He's at plus 900 on DraftKings. Do not take that. Hunt around on other sports books. He's on Caesars. Oh, no, he's on DraftKings. It was Bet365, which usually has the best numbers. He's plus 900 on there. Are you fucking crazy? Do not take that. Hunt around on BetRivers, Caesars, and DraftKings. He's plus 1,400. That is an automatic bet when you see Sam Mayer ever at 12 to 16-1. In that range, you take it immediately on any track. Sam Mayer is too good to be at these numbers. So 14-1 is a beautiful fucking number. And then AJ Allmendinger at 7-1 on BetRivers and Caesars. I mean, I get it. I get it. That car is not as good. There's issues with the car. But this is SVG's fucking teammate. They were running 1-2 at Austin, at COTA. So, I mean, dude, 7-1 where his teammate is at like less than 2-1, plus 180 on a lot of books. I'm taking AJ Allmendinger. If he came out and won this race, we're all not going to be shocked. We're going to be like, he's back. The road course man. The number one guy in road courses in NASCAR history. 7-1. If Larson, Gibbs weren't in the field, he's at 2.5-1, 2-1, right up there with SVG. And he's at 7-1. And I know Kyle Larson and Ty Gibbs are really good. But if they can figure out what the hell is going on with that car. Was it the 16? Is it 16? I can't remember what it is. The 16 is the cup car. Can't remember. Is it 31 and 11? He's driving the 31. It's the 31 car. Mathematics, numbers, great. Figuring it out. 7-1 is crazy. They can figure it out at some point, man. We all would not be shocked if he won the race, and we'd all be pissed off we didn't get that number. And he's going to qualify well. So take it now early, 7-1, because it's going to just immediately drop down if he finishes or starts in the top 5. He may even get the goddamn pole. So just watch out. So AJ Allmendinger 7-1 is a beautiful number. So that's the Xfinity car. We got Sam Mayer over Joey Logano minus 135 on DraftKings. Top 5, Austin Green, plus 900 on Bet365. All these top 5 numbers on Bet365. Connor Mozak, plus 600. Sheldon Creed, plus 250. And then we've got Connor Mozak at 14-1 on plus 1,400 on Caesar Sportsbook for a top 3. And then Xfinity outrights Sheldon Creed, plus 2,100 on Caesar Sportsbook with the boost. I would take him at 18-1 as well. Sam Mayer, 14-1 on BetRivers and DraftKings and Caesars. And AJ Allmendinger, 7-1 on BetRivers and Caesars. Fantastic. Let's move to the Cup Series, baby. Let's fucking mosey on. Now, AJ Allmendinger's in the field. Joey Hand, not even going to look at him. SVG won here last year. We already know this. Every podcast has talked about it. I ain't fucking taking him. Not a motherfucking chance. we had a lot of circumstances last year for him to be able to win with the rain and everything going on. Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, they both Tyler Reddick fucking gets in the wet on slicks and smashes it into the wall, has a bad finish. But that motherfucker qualified first? I know top 3 for sure. Oh no, Denny Hamlin got the pole. I think Tyler Reddick was right there, and Tyler Reddick after turn 1, or Christopher Bell, whatever it was Toyota 1, 2, 3. I think, off the top of my head, just trying to remember. Tyler Reddick is a great bet, and SVG just being there. I get it, but 6.5 to 1, fuck that, or 5 to 1, whatever he's at, fuck that. No, he'll probably qualify top 10, maybe just outside of the top 10. But they're just, the sports books are trying to cover their ass on this one. They don't need the absolute aftermath they had at him sitting at 30, 40, or 60 to 1. Some people I remember having, and them hitting those tickets. So they're covering their ass. So let's start off with top 10 numbers. I don't have any matchups, but both to finish top 10 on Caesars. I have yet to be able to hit one of these this year. They've been extremely close, but then somebody crashes out. I think this is going to be single file. I think these numbers will change. I don't even think they'll have these available, or they'll be very minus juiced odds on Caesar Sportsbook. But both at Caesars, these are road course guys, and for both of them, there's 2 of them, and for these guys to be able to finish inside the top 10, the only thing that scares me is AJ Allmendinger. But having the same car as SVG, AJ Allmendinger, I think, still finished top 10, maybe at Sonoma, if I'm not mistaken. Do I think he's going to win the race? I mean, it'll be kind of far-fetched, I think. I wouldn't be shocked if he did, but with the way Kaulig races, I think he's just a top 10 car. So AJ Allmendinger and Chris Buescher, top 10, plus 210 on Caesar Sportsbook. AJ Allmendinger and Michael McDowell, plus 165 on Caesar Sportsbook. There's another one, I think it's McDowell. I can't remember who it was. It was McDowell and Chris Buescher, top 10 at plus money as well. I'm thinking about taking that as well. Take all 3 of them. I don't think you might be able to parlay. No, you can't parlay them. So fucking take that out of your goddamn brains. But AJ Allmendinger and Chris Buescher, his numbers on road courses are fucking insane. I think ever since the Cup Series went to the Gen 7 car, he's only missed 1 top 10 on a road course. I understand this is a street course, but you got to be fucking kidding me, right? And they're gonna and AJ Allmendinger, who's a road course ringer, coming up here, only worried about winning the race. He's not worried about points. He's not going to just stay out for points at the end of a stage. He's going to be able to he's going to do whatever he can to be inside the top 10. Chris Buescher, maybe. Michael McDowell's going to send it in there as well, too. Which could be a late race bullshit, and he could end up just ruining this bet at the end of the fucking race. But AJ Allmendinger feels like a bit of a lock for a top 10, and these guys, these are just seems like great numbers, and I'm going with my gut. I'm not listening to anybody else on this one. This is a gut play. So AJ Allmendinger and Chris Buescher at plus 210 on Caesars to both finish inside the top 10. We're talking so fast, we're mumbling our goddamn words. And AJ Allmendinger and Michael McDowell to finish inside the top 10 at plus 165 on Caesar Sportsbook. Top 10s. We're going to go Daniel Suarez at plus 160 on Bet365. Daniel Suarez was a top 5, top 6 car all last year until he also I think he ended up getting into the wall at some point late in the race. But the strategy flipped because they shortened the race or whatever. And then obviously it was outside the top 20, and a bunch of cars where we all know the dominant cars they had issues. Once they fucking flipped that stupid time because of darkness. Kiss my ass. Don't ever do that again. That killed a lot of people's bets. But Daniel Suarez is a road course guy. I think he can qualify well. He won at Atlanta, but his only other win in the Cup Series is at Sonoma, a road course. The only time I'll ever trust him with my money is on road courses, and to get him by plus money where he's plus 105 on other books, plus 110, plus 160 I feel like is good value. I think he's going to qualify inside the top 10. I think he's going to be a top 10 car maybe all day. He'd be able to get some stage points, might be able to screw us, but that's why he's at plus money. I'm not going to hammer the shit out of it. We're going to sprinkle a unit on there, have a little fun with it. Daniel Suarez, I think the road course guys, the cream is going to rise to the top. And I think he's even going to finish ahead of his own teammate, Ross Chastain. Daniel Suarez is just too good on road courses, seeing how he started off the race last year, and then the strategy fucking it all up. The numbers don't show that Daniel Suarez was good here on the street course last year. Ty Gibbs, this is a Ty Gibbs fucking podcast. And I know the NASCAR gambling podcast, they talked about it as well. It's a Ty Gibbs weekend. To get him for a top 10 at minus 120, I know it's a little juice. That's a great number for a guy that has been very competitive in Xfinity on road courses. He's going to have experience on the Saturday driving in the Xfinity race. He's done really well, other than Sonoma, whatever. Getting to the wall, whatever the fuck it was. But also, Denny Hamlin blew an engine. It seemed like Joe Gibbs' cars were having a bit of an issue that day. Martin Truex ran out of fuel, but whatever. Joe Gibbs' cars, Ty Gibbs, cream of the crop car. Ty Gibbs for a top 10 just feels like an utter lock. We're going to put about 2.4 units on this bitch. I feel good about Ty Gibbs. It could hurt us, but we're all over Ty Gibbs this weekend. I think this could be the weekend. We're going to have 2 first-time ever winners. We had SVG last year as the first-time ever winner in the Cup Series and just in general for that, the 91 car. And then Ty Gibbs getting his first ever win in Chicago. Oh, it would just feel so good to have him back to back. And then there's going to be the talk. My theories are going to have the talk about we do have next year at Chicago, but let's extend it a little bit more. There's going to be all this talk. It's going to be a bunch of hype behind Ty Gibbs. All of a sudden, everybody's going to be back on the train. But top 10 at minus 120 on Bet365 is a beautiful number. Let's get back on track. Top 5s. Daniel Suarez, plus 450. Just talked about him. Think he's going to be good. Think he could somehow maybe get into the top 5. I know it sounds just crazy, but I'm trying to beat the books. I think he's going to qualify well. Qualified well last year here. So I think the plus 450 is just a great, great number. I'm not saying bet your life savings on it, but it just seems like a fun one. But he could fuck us up. He could fuck us. I love Daniel Suarez. That car just hasn't had the best speed. So we might take that one out. That's one I kind of just added in just before this. There's other ones I really like. So teetering on the Daniel Suarez play, all right? Michael McDowell, top 5 on Bet365 for plus 250. It feels great. He qualified well last year. He's a road course guy. This is the place where these are the races that he's most likely has his highest chance to win. And at plus 250 for a top 5 feels great. He was also a top 10 car all day last year until the strategy flipped around as well. I think he could even win the goddamn race. Ever since they got that affiliation with Penske, he's been great. Now, I don't know what podcast it was, but I heard that he's been shut out of drivers meetings or like Ford performance meetings or whatever now since he's going over to Chevy. So we'll see. I still think he knows the car. Ford is not going to screw him. Penske's pumping a lot of money into this now. I think he can be a top 5 car. He's got a lot of speed. It's going to be single file. There's going to be hard to pass, and he's going to qualify well. He might even he could get the pole maybe. You never know. So Michael McDowell, man, plus 250 for a guy that just consistently shows up at road courses. I feel pretty good about it. Now, Tyler Reddick at plus money for a top 5 feels great. Toyotas are good. Tyler Reddick drove really well here last year until getting into the tire barrier and fucking the strategy flipped around. Everything like that just hurt him so bad. To have him at plus money, at plus 110 on Bet Rivers for a top 5 is great. I'm going to bet a lot on this. It could hurt us. Every time I try to take Tyler Reddick on a road course, it never hits. He has issues. I understand that their speed, they've lost the speed they had last year. They've just lost a tidbit of it but I feel like he's going to qualify really well. I mean, I would be taking him possibly for the pole, guys. He's going to qualify probably top 2, top 3, and he's going to be able to hold that track position as long as something doesn't happen with the weather. I think Saturday, Sunday looks really nice. As long as nothing happens on pit road, I think he's going to be a top 3 car all fucking day, and a top 5 at plus money is beautiful value for a guy that has won consistently on road courses and finished inside the top 5. So let's go. Ty Gibbs plus 465 for a top 3. We're riding all the way up. Okay, riding the ladder. Ty Gibbs plus 465 on Bet Rivers for a top 3. I already talked about him. Beautiful number. Okay, let's go to the outrights for Cup. Ty Gibbs 18-1 on Caesars. I like it. Ty Gibbs. Toyotas have been really good here. Toyotas in general, and if you know how Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick were running last year, Ty Gibbs was about a top 10 car or whatever too. Now he's coming here to his second year. Ty Gibbs in a Joe Gibbs car, he could fucking win this race, man. Right strategy, being able to pass, having the right car. I think he can do it, man. And having his second year, dude, to be in his first year last year, running inside the top 10 at a very difficult course, the first time ever there. Give this kid more time, more opportunities to be able to figure out a road course, a street course. I think he can. I think he can do it. And it would look so good with having that monster car in fucking victory lane and seeing. I had my shit against him in the Xfinity Series. We all did. But let's turn it around here and let's get that first Cup Series win. He's fallen off. He's had a bad couple of weeks or whatever since the beginning of the year. He started off really strong, but this is where he turns it around. So 18-1 on Caesars is a great number. We're feeling this fucking pink Winnie right now. Oh my God. Thank God I'm going to bed right after this. AJ Allmendinger 15-1. For some reason I didn't write down where the name or that number was. I think it was Caesar Sportsbook. AJ Allmendinger, top 10 car. We talked about it. Heavy on him. Gonna qualify well. Gonna have a fast car. Can it make it to the end? God only knows. It's Colleague. He could finish 35th. And I'll be pissed. But to have AJ Allmendinger at any moment at 15-1, it's like taking a Michael McDowell on a road course at 15-1, which I think he's hovering around there too. So if you guys want to take either, pick your poison. Michael McDowell or AJ Allmendinger, both are going to hurt you probably at some point. AJ Allmendinger, that car could fail you. Michael McDowell will send it in and crash. So there's two guys. You can either take one or the two, or take them both. Fuck it. If you don't like the Ty Gibbs play or the next play I'm going to give you, take them both. Fuck it. Great numbers, great value. 15-1 for AJ Allmendinger, who I think is going to qualify inside the top 10, is going to be great. He might open up probably close, like around there too. Might be a little bit shorter, like maybe 12-1 or something. But 15-1 just feels right. I just want to get in on him early, just in case if it does get cut down. And then Tyler Reddick at 7-1. I will take him at 7-1 all day. If he was at like 5.5-1, 5-1, which he usually is on road courses, I ain't touching him. But SVG's favored it over him. Tyler Reddick, we just talked about it. That team hasn't had exactly the same speed as they did last year, but it's going to be hard to pass, and I talked about it. He's going to be out front. He's going to be a top 3 car all fucking day. And at 7-1, I feel like it's beautiful. He's going to qualify really well. He might get the goddamn pole. He's in a beautiful Jordan brand car. Oh my God, I love that car. And to see that fucking thing in victory lane, God bless. It would be so nice to see that in victory lane. So Tyler Reddick, we're riding with him. We're going to wear the 2311 stuff. Also, guys, go to your local Wendy's. SVG is in a chicken nugget car with like sauce all over the car. So Sunday we're going to go to the Wendy's, the local Wendy's here. I even have to drive 20 minutes to go get Wendy's, probably 25 minutes. So it's going to be cold by the time I get back here. The Frosty's going to be melted. But we're going to go there and we're going to support SVG. If he wins the race, congratulations, right? But I like Tyler Reddick. We're going to have some monster. We're going to wear our Jordans. Okay, I'll show you. Maybe I'll even post on social media the fit and the fucking Wendy's bag. Have a sponsorship, little promotional photo there to rep the boys. The two dogs that might be out front all day. And it's going to be beautiful. So go check out that car on Colleague, on Colleague social media. Tyler Reddick, 7-1. Let's go. Now let's go. So I'll just recap that and we'll go to the qualifying matchups. I have a parlay for you guys as well. So both to finish top 10, AJ Allmendinger and Chris Buescher at plus 210 on Caesar Sportsbook. AJ Allmendinger and Michael McDowell at plus 165 on Caesars. Both to finish inside the top 10. Top 10, Daniel Suarez plus 160 on Bet365. Ty Gibbs as well on Bet365 at minus 120. Top 5, this is a heavy card now that I'm really looking at it. Good God. Daniel Suarez plus 450. I think I'm going to take that out, so let's just scratch that. Michael McDowell plus 250 for a top 5 on Bet365. Tyler Reddick plus money, plus 110 on Bet Rivers. Hammer the shit out of it. Ty Gibbs plus 465 for a top 3 on Bet Rivers is the best line. And then Cup outrights. Ty Gibbs 18-1 on Caesar Sportsbook. AJ Allmendinger on Caesar Sportsbook at 15-1. And Tyler Reddick 7-1 on DraftKings is the best number you can find out there. He's going to qualify well. Let's get it, Tyler Reddick, Red Dog. Boom, there we go. Matchups for qualifying. We're going to give you Reddick over SVG at plus money. I like it. I think SVG's at like minus 135. This is on Caesar Sportsbook. Now, we've had a tough time being able to hit these over the last couple of weeks. It was our premium money maker at the beginning of the year. We're making a lot of money off of them. And then rain has hurt us recently. I mean, it's just been like rain has mainly been like there was a couple of weeks there, the last 2-3 weeks or whatever. It's just hurt us on a Saturday where like there's just stupid qualifying going on. But I feel good about this one. Tyler Reddick should be up there. He's going to be top 3. It could be very close. SVG could qualify top 5. But Tyler Reddick is consistently really good at qualifying on road courses, and he qualified really well at the street course last year. I think it's going to be the same thing. And to get Reddick in qualifying in a matchup at plus money, I'm taking it. So we put a unit on it at plus 105 on Caesar Sportsbook. Tyler Reddick over SVG. Now we're going to parlay that in there as well. That's a single play. But we've got Ty Gibbs. This is a parlay. Remember this, guys. So go to Caesar Sportsbook. It's a parlay on Caesars. Ty Gibbs over Martin Truex. That was minus 180 when I'm about to lay it. Plus Tyler Reddick over SVG. Tyler Reddick's plus 105. And it's plus 219. We're going to put a unit on it on Caesars. Ty Gibbs over Martin Truex and Reddick over SVG in qualifying. Plus 219 on Caesar Sportsbook. I feel really good about that one. Martin Truex is probably going to qualify. I think he qualified maybe just outside or just inside the top 10 or just outside the top 10 last year. He can kind of show up, but I think Ty Gibbs is just going to be really good. I even might pay the juice on the minus 180 to have a single play just in case Tyler Reddick and SVG wins. I really do think that Ty Gibbs is going to smoke the shit out of Martin Truex. The only way I don't see Ty Gibbs beating Truex in qualifying this weekend is if he gets into the wall. That's the only fucking way. I'm going to have to check out exactly the qualifying lineups to see if this is like if Truex is coming out before Gibbs or Gibbs is coming out before Truex because of everything that happened last week or whatever in the Nashville race. It'll be interesting to see where everybody qualifies, how early they come out in the qualifying order. But I feel like it's a lot of juice, minus 180, but it's good. But the parlay at plus 219 on Caesars just feels really good. That's Tyler Reddick at plus money just fucking really pumps it up there to a nice, beautiful plus 219. So that's been the podcast. I want to give you guys qualifying picks. I think you have to take the Toyotas. I think you have to. I don't know if Denny's going to do it again. I don't think so. But I feel like you have to take Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, and Ty Gibbs to win the poll. Toyotas are going to be really good. I'm not too worried about Kyle Larson. He could go and win it. I don't even care. I think he's like those three are going to be really good at qualifying. Maybe even we'll have to check. I think Bet Rivers is the only one that I've seen so far that has qualifying outright winners. And you might have to add maybe a William Byron in there because he can kind of sneak his way in there. But then I think you've got your whole market covered there. I know they're going to probably be juiced up. I think plus 350 is what Tyler Reddick was on. Christopher Bell not too far behind there. And Ty Gibbs maybe not too far back from there either. But if you sprinkle across those, get your unit allocations right. You can still make money off of it. I think those 3 guys are going to be right there. So that's been the Hot Pass podcast. It's been a good podcast. I got to get to fucking bed. It's almost 11 o'clock on a Thursday. I got to be up at fucking 5:15 in the morning on Friday morning and be at work for 7. So we're going to get the YouTube uploaded on Hot Pass Podcast on YouTube. So make sure to go like, share, and subscribe on the YouTube. It's going to be up probably Friday afternoon, Friday evening-ish. So make sure to go over there. So we're going to get that all edited tonight and then start uploading it so you guys can have it for tomorrow afternoon. Go to the Hot Pass Podcast on audio for Apple or Spotify. Make sure to go to hit the notification bell, leave a review, 5-star rating, notification bell on YouTube as well. Leave comments on the YouTube, like, share, and subscribe there. Go to @FurlongEric_ on social media. Make sure, because remember, on X, Instagram, TikTok, follow me on all 3 of those, because tomorrow afternoon we're gonna drop the giveaway of the Mark Martin all over print T-shirt, size large, and then the Logo Athletic Indianapolis Motor Speedway Shark Tooth hat. Got to get us to 1,000 followers, so make sure to share it. You have to share it and like it, but the details will be in there. So make sure to go to @FurlongEric_ on all social media platforms to be able to enter the giveaway Friday afternoon. Okay? Well, love you guys. Hot Pass Podcast, Friday morning betting show. Remember, Friday morning betting show, exclusive, Xfinity and trucks on Fridays. Cup Series, all my bets. We hit fucking plus 900 on the hot dog eating contest. We won lots of money, probably like 10 units or so on the Euro Cup so far. Copa America, we won a bag on Uruguay. I know the U.S. are pissed about the ref, but we make money. Go to the Action Network. Link is in the bio on all social media, including the YouTube, including the Spotify and the Apple. Go to the Action Network. Follow me there to follow every single bet, whether it's NASCAR Cup Series or, fucking hot dog eating contests or soccer. Okay? So make sure to go follow me there. All right, guys, it's been a Hot Pass Podcast. Enjoy your weekend. Let's make a bag. Let's finally get back on the winning train in the Cup Series. Okay, guys? Love you guys. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you guys on Monday.